because I'm doing a class here that I get to do a presentation for. And you guys get to listen to me because you're so cool and nice. So, I'm actually really excited to be here. My name's Christy Hunter, and I am the wife of this amazing guy who teaches you kindness is key. Who thinks kindness is key is kind of a cool phrase? Raise your hand if you think that's a cool phrase. It's kind of cool, okay, because, and I've heard people know about it in the hallways, and people say it. Who knew about kindness is key before they walked into Mr. Hunter's classroom? Did any, here we go, we've got one person who knew about another person. Oh, there's more hands coming up. I think there might even be more of you that had heard about this from other students or other people. And decided, that's interesting. Well, I am a music teacher, I am a voice coach, I am a songwriter, and I am also a musical director, and I teach over about 200 kids each year in shows and productions. And I have found that the voice is really connected to our emotions, right? And words are really powerful. And so my talk today is about that. It's about what I call the vocal connection. And we're going to explore how words and our thoughts and our emotions shape our lives. Who thinks that the words that you think and the words that you say and the words that you hear has any effect on how you feel each day? Raise your hand if you think it affects you. A few people. Okay, by the end of today, I'm hoping that some of you might have even more insight on that, and maybe you'll think about a little more about the things that you say, listen to, and think. Because in my line of work, I notice it a lot. Because, interestingly enough, who's heard about the 5 love languages? Has anyone ever heard of those? He's like, there we go. Can you name one of them? Can you name a love language? Physical touch is one. Does anyone know any others? There's physical touch. There's gifts. Who likes gifts? Raise your hand if you like gifts. Oh, yeah, I think gifts are pretty cool. Okay, another one is words of affirmation. Who's words of affirmation? They like those. I thought that was my love language. I was like pretty sure. Another one is time. Time is a love language. We've got time, physical touch, words of affirmation, gifts. There must be another one because there's 5. I can't remember what the 5th one is because it's not mine. But mine, I thought, was pretty sure it was words of affirmation because I like it when people say nice things to me. So, that's what it is. But actually, over this last year, I realized I don't even pay attention to the words people are saying. It's how they say it. So, actually, what my love language is sounds of affirmation. I think that's why I'm an actress. Because I love it when I hear this. So everyone do this because it's going to make me feel really good. Here we go, guys. Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Oh, see, that just makes me want to perform even more. Because it's that excitement of that applause, okay? That applause. The other thing I notice is that when people say things to me, right? If they're saying something to me and they just are like, yeah, that's cool. Well, they said a nice word. It was kind of a compliment. But I don't get the same reaction. If they're like, that's so cool! Derek, I love your name tag. It is so cool. How does that make you feel? If I went up here and I said, yeah, that's cool, and walked away, would you get the same emotion as me really telling you how cool it is? I mean, look at that ice cream cone. That is the coolest ice cream cone I've ever seen. Do you like to play basketball? That is so awesome. Derek's awesome. Everybody, applause for Derek. He is awesome, right? Okay, it makes us feel good when people cheer for us. Who likes to be clapped for besides me? Oh, yes. Very good. Okay, it's super fun. Now, some people don't like to be the center of attention. It makes them feel nervous, makes them feel uncomfortable. That is not me, which is why my love language is sounds of affirmation. Okay, so we're going to go on and talk about more things. So, the thing is, we can dream about all kinds of stuff, you guys. And the truth is, if you have a dream, if you think of something, no matter how big or crazy it seems, it is possible to accomplish it. Because when your heart is open to possibilities, you start to notice things that can lead to enormous discoveries. And this is a quote by a Japanese researcher, okay? And he was a brilliant man. And what he thought was, did you know that no snowflakes are ever the same? And that was his thought. He had this thought. No snowflake is ever the same. And he thought, why is that? And he just started thinking about that. And then it ended up becoming his life career, researching and looking at snowflakes, like basically. So he would freeze water and look at what they would become. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. But interestingly, any small thing like cell phones, that was originally just a dream. Somebody was stuck to a wall, talking on an old phone with a really long cord. Someone was annoying them, and they're like, dang it, I really wish I could get outside and get away from this wall. And they thought, they should make phones that aren't attached to walls. Now, can you imagine being attached to a wall to talk on the phone? Who thinks that would be annoying? Raise your hand if that would be annoying. It would be so annoying. It would be like crazy to have to like, hi, yeah, I can't go anywhere because I'm attached to this wall and it's really annoying, right? We don't want to do that. So we're so grateful that people have ideas. Ideas are so cool and they become amazing things. Our words are very significant and they shape our reality. All of these words, okay, when we hear positive words, they tend to have a higher vibration of energy. They tend to make you more excited. They tend to make you feel like you can accomplish more. Okay, when somebody says good things to you, it's like, yeah, you stand up a little straighter, right? You feel like I can do something. Hannah, I love your sweatshirt. It looks awesome. What's something you like to do? Sing. You are a woman of my own heart. That is awesome. Hannah likes to sing. Hannah, would somebody tell you you have a beautiful voice? How do you? So good. Who likes compliments? Raise your hand if you like compliments. They're so amazing, right? All of these words here really help us. So, we're going to talk about my favorite little thing I do with my theater kids, and it's called Mama Made Me Mash My M&Ms. Who likes M&Ms? Yes, right, they're so good. M&Ms are the best. Okay, so you have M&Ms, and if I told you everyone has a bag of M&Ms, and your mom says you have to mash them, what emotion would that be? If I just said, Mama made me mash my M&Ms, is that happy? Is it sad? What would you do? What do you think? Because I think everyone would think of it differently. What would you think if your mom said you had to mash all the M&Ms? Would that be fun? Yeah. Okay, so he thinks it would be fun. So we're all going to say this in a really fun, excited way. Like, it's so exciting. You're going to do it with me. You're going to go, Mama made me mash my M&Ms. Really excited. Are you guys ready for this? You can totally do it. And guess what? Everyone in the room is going to be doing it too. So you don't have to feel embarrassed. It's all good. We can do this. I believe in you. Here's me believing you. Are you ready? We're just really excited. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. Oh god, that was pretty good. That was like, I'm going to give you guys like a 4 and do it again. No, really. I'm really excited. You guys can do this with me. Ready to do it again? Here, ready, go. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. You guys are brave. I love it. Thank you. Okay, but what if I was a person that got really mad when Mom said I had to do this? Like, I was really angry about it. How would I sound? Mama made me mash my M&Ms. Ah! Right? Or what if it was really sad? Right? I can change it to anything I want because the words themselves are just words. What are you really hearing? What are you really hearing? Perfect. You are hearing the emotion behind the words. That is what really matters. That is why we can use the word slay. That is slay. Right? Slay, when I was a kid, man, I killed something. Right? Now it's like, that is so cool. Okay, words in and of themselves change meaning all the time. But the emotion behind the words is what's truly having the effect. Who thinks that's true? Oh, I've got a few people. A few people think that's true. I believe it is true. Okay, so this is an interesting fact. Human beings are 70% water. Did you know that? We're 70% water. We were born in water. Okay, we're in a sack when we're grown, and then as we get older, we actually become more and more dehydrated. By the time we die, we're only 50% water. But humans are water. A lot of us are water. So, in this book I was telling you about, Masaru Emoto, who is the Japanese researcher, he realized that water carried messages. And what he did is he would take little pieces of water and then he would show it words that he would speak and then show the words to the water. He would then freeze the water. Okay? And this is the pictures of what happened. So when in Japanese he said, let's do it, and it saw those words, this is the picture it created. When instead they said, do it! This is the picture it created. Is that interesting?
You can do it like multiple times.
Multiple times. Thousands of times. Okay? Thousands of times. Look at this. Okay? This is the word angel. This is the word sea. Isn't that interesting? If water has who's seen Frozen 2, and Olaf talks about water has memories, right? Olaf is brilliant, and he's right. Okay? So, it's really interesting that these crystals reacted in this way. Okay? This is thank you in 5 different languages. Okay? Again, is it the word? Because I can say thank you. I can say merci. Okay? I can say gracias. It's not the word. It's the emotion behind the word, right? And the emotion behind the word thank you, when someone says thank you, is that a positive feeling? Yeah, generally that's a positive feeling. And when they were saying the word, they were saying a positive feeling. And look how all those turned out into beautiful snowflakes. But if we said, you fool, grazie, by the way, is Italian for thank you on there. But if you said, you fool, not so pretty. Okay, so if we are 70% water, and we are saying things to ourselves, or our friends are saying stuff to us, like, you fool! You're such a jerk. Do you think it affects us? It does, because we're 70% water. And we change. Our actual composition changes depending on the messages that we see, that we say, that we hear, that we think. This is a snowflake when children were saying to the water, you're beautiful. Okay, and they said it just a few times, then more times, you're beautiful, because it feels good to be told you're beautiful. And when you're just ignored. Because when you're ignored, do you feel any positive emotion from being ignored? No, there's a lack of emotion there, right? All right, so this is Nibbly. Everyone say hi, Nibbly. Hi, Nibbly. Would you want to spend a day with this guy?
No.
Does he look like it would be a great day? Okay, this is Negative Nibbly. And Negative Nibbly doesn't like very many things. So when he is out on an outing or doing something, he always sees what's wrong with it. We're going to be late. This is so boring. Why are we even here? My food's cold. Are we ever going to make it? This is so stupid. What kind of energy do you think this guy gives out? Do you think it's high vibration energy? Or do you think it's low vibration energy?
Low.
Low, yeah. It's really low. Do you think this attracts people? Do you think people are like, I want to be with him? Kind of repels people, right? It's like, ooh, that guy's upset. I'm gonna be with him today, right? So if you got to choose between spending a day with Nibbly or spending a day with Ollie, who would you choose?
Nibbly.
Really? Some people might. I would choose Ollie because she's an optimist.
What if Nibbly needs a friend and he doesn't have any?
Nibbly might need a friend. He might need Ollie to be his friend, right? And teach him how. Definitely, I agree with you. Because I think, truthfully, that most of us have both an Ollie and a Nibbly inside of us. Okay, we have an optimistic side and a pessimistic side. And depending on what we choose at any given moment, we can decide which one we're going to follow, right? That's really the truth. Because Ollie, she's like, oh, everything is wonderful. It's the most beautiful day. Oh, it's a storm outside. I'm so happy it's raining because the flowers need the rain. And I'm so glad that I tripped because, oh, now I can clean the floor. Like, everything is optimistic, right? And that probably are two extremes. Those are sure two extremes. That every single one of us, yes.
Being
too extreme, right? So we have these two extremes. If we're always negative, that's not good for us. If we're always optimistic, that cannot be good, especially if it's fake optimism, right? If we're pretending like we are always optimistic, that can be detrimental. So we have to find this balance. And the balance is found in the pause. Okay, so when we are making a decision and we react to something, so something happens. So this morning, I'm getting ready for school, and I'm sitting down at the table to eat breakfast, and my sister knocks over the milk, and it spills. I have two options in that moment. In that moment, I can like flip out, start yelling at her, she got stuff on my clothes, and I can get really angry. What's that emotion going to send into the house? Positive energy or negative energy? Probably negative energy, okay? Or I can pause, and I can breathe, and I can say, oh, man. At our house, we say, oopsie daisy, fiddle-dee-dee, come and play in the garden with me. Meow. We do that every time something has an accident. If something spills, if someone trips, we've been doing it since my kids were 2 years old. And it's their favorite thing because they know anything that happens is just oopsie daisy. It's just a mistake. It's just an accident. It doesn't mean they're a bad person. It doesn't mean that anything's wrong. It's just oopsie daisy. It just happened. Okay? So you get to pause and you get to choose. The law of attraction is a cool thing because the more that you think and focus on something, the more you will attract of it. So if you think and focus on positive things, you will naturally attract more positive things in your life. Have you ever noticed that positive people tend to attract positive friends? And negative people tend to attract more negative people that talk about more negative things. It's this law of attraction. You create more of what you focus on and think of. So I want to tell a cool story. Who's ever done a science fair project? Have you ever done a science fair project? Okay, a few of you have. My sister, she did this really cool science fair project when she was in the 8th grade. And she believed that plants had feelings. And that plants could actually predict and feel emotions of other people. So they did this science fair project. And they basically got a polygraph. Who knows what a polygraph is? It's like a lie detector test. You guys heard of those? So her dad was a policeman. So they got a polygraph test and they hooked it up to this rubber tree. It's a rubber plant tree. And they did some tests. They actually cut a leaf off of it to see what would happen. They burned a leaf to see what happened. And the plant actually got stressed when these things happened. And so then they had a reading of the stressed plant versus the plant when it was in a relaxed state. Then the next step, they put this plant in a room and they had 5 people just walk by this plant. And they just walked by it like nothing was going on. Then after those 5 people walked by, they had a 6th person come in and walk by who was carrying a geranium. And they sat in front of the plant and they ripped apart the geranium and screamed at the top of their lungs. Well, when that happened, the plant got really stressed out. The polygraph showed it freaking out because this person was screaming and yelling at, not it specifically, it was at a different plant, actually. They were witnessing it yell and scream at a different plant. Okay, so then they left. So a few minutes later, they let the plant calm down. You can imagine needing a plant to calm down, but they watched its readings till it was to normal again. It had the same 5 people walk by originally, and it stayed calm. When that 6th person came in the room, the minute they walked in the room, they no longer had a geranium. The minute it walked in the room, it started freaking out. The plant's readings went crazy because it remembered that was the person that tore up the plant that they watched. How crazy is that? They won first place. What? Is that a cool science fair experiment? I think that's a really cool science fair experiment. But what it shows is that things in our environment are so much more aware. They're so much more aware of our words and our emotions and our sounds than we even realize. And we can become conscious of what we're saying and what we're doing and what we're thinking so that we can really create positivity in our lives. Okay, so this is your comfort zone, right? It's where it's safe. We hang out with the same friends. We sit in the same chair. We go to the same places. We hang out at the same places. We watch the same TV shows because it's what? Comfortable. Who likes to be comfortable? Most people like to be comfortable. But guess where the magic really happens? It's when you step out of that comfort zone, like I'm doing today. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. Just last night, I said, hey, I need to do a presentation. Can I come to your student's class? He's like, I guess. I'm like, here I go. Because my goal is to be a public speaker. I want to speak on stages with thousands of people. But do you think I can get there without practicing? No. I have to do this step first so I can reach my goal of being on a stage in a stadium with so many people and affect so many people's lives. But is it possible? Yeah, it's totally possible. I'm attracting it into my life every day because that's where the magic happens, when you step into it. So I want to inspire you guys. People think that success looks like a straight line, that you're just going to go. It's like, I'm going to succeed. I want to be a millionaire, straight there. Guess what it usually looks like? It's a mess, you guys. It's crazy. You're going to fail. You're going to succeed at some things. Then you're going to try something else. You're going to do all kinds of things in life. But if you keep getting up and keep going and you keep your eye on the goal that you're setting, on that possibility, on that dream that you originally thought, it can and will happen. Okay. You guys, I'm a singing coach, so I have to sing for you guys, because that's what I do. But this is a song I actually wrote with my daughters. And we wrote this song on our way to school one day, because it was a hard day. We'd had a really frustrating morning. We were actually really irritated with one another. And I was like, we're positive and we're changing this energy because I can't do it. I want to be more positive. So we came up with a song. This is actually a echo that ends in the parentheses. Okay, that's a echo. Okay, so love, light, happiness, and gratitude. And you guys are going to say, and gratitude. You can do it with me. Here we go. Love, light, happiness, and gratitude.
And gratitude.
You're so nice. Bringing joy to us each day. Love, light, happiness, and gratitude.
And gratitude.
Change your life in a good way. The words we say, the thoughts we think, change our lives like the water we drink. We may not know what they'll do to you, but words have power and can change your mood. And we're gonna sing the chorus again. Here it goes. Love, light, happiness, and gratitude.
And gratitude.
Bringing joy to you each day. Love, light, happiness, and gratitude.
And gratitude.
Change your life in a good way. I'm serious, you guys. 1, drink water every day. And talk to that water. I want you to put a paper on that water. I want you to say thank you, or you're beautiful, or you're awesome. And you're going to take an index card, and you're going to write it on it. You're going to say it, and then you're going to tape it on the water bottle the opposite direction. Okay, so no one else can see it. No one else can see this special word, this special affirmation that you've given that water. And every time you drink that water, it's going to fill you with that. I do it with these words all the time. Gratitude, love, joy, because those are the highest vibration words there are. And I know the more high vibration words I say each day, and the more of that water I bring into my body, the more impact I'm going to have on everyone I meet. Thank you so much for letting me come and speak to you today. You guys are amazing.
Thank
Good
you,
job.
Mrs.